Ever since the spring, head coach Paul Chryst has said he will not rush into deciding who will start at quarterback when the Badgers open the season against LSU. But now, 9 days away from that game, the coach has come to a decision. And with Andy Baggot, I'm Chris Hall here inside Camp Randall Stadium. Paul Chryst deciding, Andy, that it is going to be Bart Houston who will start the season at Lambeau Field against LSU. He took all the time he needed. He kind of got to that point, though, where he had to make a decision. He did.
He made a decision that's not a surprise. Yeah. Bart Houston, the fifth-year senior, the grad student. Alex Hornibrook, the challenger, redshirt freshman. It's rare here to see a redshirt freshman get a start in a season opener. It hasn't happened since '78, so I think Alex was kind of fighting a little bit of history there. But I think Paul wanted to see someone separate themselves. He either wanted to see Alex Hornibrook win the job without question, or have someone move ahead to the point where he felt comfortable, and I think that was the case with Bart.
So not only are Bart and Alex trying to figure out what their roles were going to be this year, but let's talk about the way Bart did handle the offense around him. He got a new offensive line, trying to figure out how it's going to work together. You have players on the outsides, even in the backfield, figuring out who's going to be out there the most, trying to help this team get down the field. What did you see from Bart during camp that kind of makes you think he's going to embrace this?
I think there was a watershed moment, actually, between the two quarterbacks. There was a scrimmage here inside Camp Randall where everybody left here, it seemed, believing that Alex Hornibrook had taken control of the competition, that he was going to be the guy. And a day later, Bart Houston answered in the best way possible. He made plays. There was a drill in a practice where it's called move the ball. He was with the number 2 offense and moving against the number 1 defense, scored 2 touchdowns. And I think that answer, somewhere along the line, that resonated big time with Paul, that moment is when Bart Houston showed that he had some resilience in him, and his desire to want to be that starting quarterback came through.
I think you go all the way back to August 7th when Coach Chryst talked to the press about this and what it would take. He said, look, we have to get both guys ready. So you look back to that Illinois game when the only reason why Bart did get some of those reps because Joel did get hurt. Bart had to be ready then. Alex, the same case. He has to be ready no matter what because things can happen. So things may not change too much for him other than just getting past having to wait a little bit longer.
Starting the season, Bart Houston is a starter, but I don't think Alex Hornibrook is all that far behind him. I think this competition is going to continue throughout the season. A week ago, Paul Chryst talked about you may see both of them, and I believe we are going to see both of them as the season unfolds. They both offer some intriguing elements to their game. This is a decision that Paul Chryst made, but I don't think it's a decision that is absolutely set in stone. These guys are going to continue to compete as the season goes down the way.
Either way, now with the team behind us already kind of getting ready for LSU right now, working through what a game day routine will be like for some of the new guys, they can go into LSU week not thinking about this anymore, not answering questions about it, or having to hear from us wonder and ask the guys about it. The decision now is made. Badgers now getting ready for LSU. Man, that game up at Lambeau Field is coming quick. As always, for Andy, I'm Chris.